name's Kelsey.
And my name is Becky.
And we are the Sorry Girls, and we are DIY YouTubers.
And welcome to The Drill Down.
So we've heard people get a little bit scared to take on a DIY project as soon as they hear that it involves a table saw or a jigsaw or even a drill.
So that's why we're here. We're going to show you that power tools aren't actually that scary, and you can totally master them with a few simple projects, plus some tips from us.
So what day is it today?
It's Jigsaw Day.
That is right. We're going to make DIY cutting boards using a jigsaw. Okay, let's start with the basics. What the heck is a jigsaw?
So a jigsaw is an electric motor with a reciprocating blade, and basically it's the only portable way to cut curves. So this makes cutting shapes super simple, especially if you're cutting in wood. So this is how you would get a circle or even a more complex shape.
So we're going to wear gloves to protect our hands from any splinters, and we're going to wear goggles to protect our eyes since we're cutting wood. So gloves and goggles, check. Hair tied back and clothes tucked in, check, check. And always work with a buddy, check, check. All right, no problem at all, we've got this. Choose a medium/hard wood to work with, and you can grab a pencil and draw your shape directly onto your piece of wood. We're gonna go with an organic shape here. You can look up inspo pics online or just do whatever you feel like. This is your own custom cutting board.
Next, we're gonna clamp the wood down. So we're using these clamps, and we've actually added some felt onto it to make sure that the clamps don't end up denting our wood when we screw it tight. So you wanna make sure that you're clamping your wood down really tightly so that it doesn't shake, because if your wood is loose and shaking, the blade will actually pull the wood up as you're sawing, and that is not ideal.
We are going to have our jigsaw set to the highest speed because we're cutting wood versus something like metal.
The thing is to make sure that you follow the organic lines that you drew out and ease into any harsh angles. We don't want to be putting any stress on the blade. All right, so we've reclamped, so we're in a better position.
All right, last step is to cut this handle line here.
So now that we have our cutting board shape all cut out, it's time to add a hole in the top of the handle if you want. This lets us add a strap to hang it by when we're finished.
The next step is to sand it. We are using an orbital sander. You can totally hand sand this if you want, if you have a little bit more time.
And we are using 220 grit sandpaper for a nice smooth finish.
All right, so we're all done sanding it, and the next step is to wipe off any sawdust with a clean cloth.
So now it's time to choose your oil. You really want to make sure that this is food-safe oil. We are using butcher's block oil, and we got this from a local kitchen supply store.
We're doing this step to seal the cutting board, and this just makes it easier to wash and for everyday use.
It really makes the grain pop too in the wood.
And you can reapply butcher's block oil like all the time as your wood starts to dry out as you use it. And once you're done oiling, if you drilled a hole in your handle like we did, you can just take some leather cord or string and tie that on so you can hang it, and it just makes it look really cute. And you're done.
Amazing. That's cute.
I'm a little hungry now.
Yes. So today you've got to spend a little time getting a little handy with both a jigsaw and a palm sander.
And the rewards of your labor are right here. This cutting board turned out beautiful and totally personalized by your choice of wood and shape.
Yes, thanks so much for watching.
And make sure you follow @BeMakeful and visit bemakeful.com to check out more DIY projects like this one.
And if you make this one, make sure to use the hashtag #TheDrillDown so we can see it.
And you can see more of us at youtube.com/thesorrygirls for even more DIY projects.
Bye.